17 once again. This is my Metro Last Light Ranger Hardcore video walkthrough. This is going to be Chapter 1 Sparta, and this is me showing you the descriptions for the difficulty. So in Ranger Normal the HUD is removed, in Hardcore the UI and all hints are completely disabled. For the most immersive Metro experience, blah blah blah. So what this guide is going to be, folks, it's going to be a linear path through the game on the hardest difficulty with the intentions of getting the good ending and not killing a single human being. But what ended up happening was a little bit more convoluted. So I didn't get the good ending because it's more intensive than I thought it was, and I didn't not kill a single human because there are two missions where on this difficulty it's almost impossible not to, because the way the game forces you to in these situations, it's mandatory combat that cannot be avoided, and it just doesn't seem possible. So what ended up happening is I am not going to kill any humans in my playthrough. It's going to be very stealth focused for all the game up to a mission where you are in a sidecar attacking a train and you are shooting at some people. And on that moment there, I hid in the car, I tried a whole bunch of different things, and every single time I died about 10 to 15 times, couldn't get on the train, kept getting murdered because I died so quickly, and I kind of thought that this run was doomed, so there's no point in me doing it. And I took away that moment, but I kept the standard, I kept the no-killing standards after that level, and lo and behold, I got to another moment where it didn't seem physically possible, which is a boss fight against a certain character, where there is a sequence where there are snipers in buildings above you, including the boss, and then there are 4 dudes that get thrown at you on the floor that you've got to take out, and to take them out you have to run up to them and punch them in the face to knock them out. 4 people with guns, while people in towers are shooting at you, and a boss on the hardest difficulty. It just doesn't work, guys, and I tried a whole bunch of times, but in the interest of brevity and my sanity, I just didn't see a point, so I dropped those 2 requirements from my guide. So I'm very sorry for the people that were looking forward to that, and I did promise it at first, but it just didn't work out. As for the ending, you know, I didn't kill anybody, I made all the good decisions, and I still got the shit ending, because it's just like Metro 1, folks. You're going to have to do every single pissy thing you can find that gives that flashy moment and that drippy sound effect. That's all that's going to cut it, and you've got to do it all. You've got to go balls to the wall, or you're not going to get the good ending. And it kind of sucks, but it's just how these games work, and I suppose if you're a super fan of them, it's really interesting, but I like these games, and I think this game improves on the first one a lot, but going through a game a dozen times because you fuck up not going in every direction and doing every cutscene and doing every special moment is really frustrating to a player who's not, you know, collectible focused like myself. But this mission here is just showing you the guns and all your ranger bonuses, because you are a ranger at this moment in time. You're one of the elite soldiers of the Sparta force or whatever it is, and it enables you to pick some guns. So the gun that I picked is this AK-47 thing here, and I also picked the shotgun with the thumb-loaded shells round the cylinder. They are 2 of my favourite weapons for this kind of run. If I was doing lethal kills, I would take the ball-bearing gun, and I would also get it as soon as I can because it's silent if you keep it pumped, and it's an instant kill. And it's so easy to do this game in stealth because they've made it really binary, and they've made it work, and that is my favourite thing about this particular Metro. If you played the Metro 2033, the stealth kind of worked and then it kind of didn't work, and on the hardest difficulty it just fell to pieces and then it were okay, and it was just this clusterfuck. This game has made it so much better, so much more fun, and it works. And it's dead simple. If you're crouched, you can move anywhere without the enemy seeing you, as long as you don't have the light on your wrist as blue, because that says you can be seen, that says you're illuminated and you're visible. When you're not visible, you are a ghost, and it's literally this paradigm, this binary thing of you're either visible or you're not, and when you're not visible, you have immunity, and it works really well because it forces you to think out of the box, and it also gives you a comfort and a safety in how the stealth works, so you're never going to get yourself into a situation where you think, this is bullshit, I shouldn't have been spotted and I did. All of that is alleviated and fixed, and it makes for a very, very fun game. The shooting is also improved, so killing the enemies is going to be much more satisfying than it was in the first game, but there's still the moments where the AI kind of shrug off your shots. I think that's more to do with random detection than anything else. It does seem to be significantly better than the last game. The AI itself is still kind of buggy at times with its pathing and things. You know, they're not going to win any awards in that area, but for the most, it's a successful sequel for me in everything it tries to do, and it's a really fun game on top of that. But as far as the ammo and the resources are concerned, I'm not going to be using any of my weapons grade ammunition, the stuff that's the currency, unless I come across an area where it benefits me to. And in my memory, I only use it on bosses to try and make them a little bit quicker. And one boss is a complete fucking travesty in this playthrough, so look forward to that one. Doesn't make any sense, but anyhow. I am not going to be doing any of the side stuff, so when we get to the towns or when we get to the areas where you can explore and you can find a lot of hidden caches and things, this is going to be as minimalist as I can make it. I'm trying to get you through this game with as little hassle as possible, but it does come at a cost. You're not going to find everything, you're not going to have a massive amount of supplies. What you will have is a lot of ammo, because I'm not going to be shooting for the most, I'm going to be stealthing as much as I can. If you don't care about any of the kill restrictions, use the knives. The throwing knives are the most overpowered thing in this game, and they are so much fun to use. You throw them, you get your silent kill, you pick them back up, you kill the next guy. It is that simple. But this is the beginning of my Metro Last Light guide. I hope it helps you folks, and I hope it's entertaining. And as always, you take care now.